This is a very strange town. Everything except the people is fake. The flowers were made of plastic, and the grass was inflatable. Even the fish in the pond weren't real. The trees had to be powered by batteries just to stay alive. Once you turned them on, you could even change their colors with a remote control. People's food was rubbery, jelly-like stuff, and the only currency in this town was a single breath of fresh air. Everyone lived in this ridiculous world, but everything was about to change because of one boy. One day, Ted stumbled upon a steel wall. He pressed a button on it out of curiosity. Suddenly, a staircase shot up from the ground. Before long, he arrived at a door. He pushed it open, and found himself staring at a stream of foul-smelling sewage. When he walked out from the other side, the sight in front of him left him completely stunned. It was a wasteland, barren and desolate. A world totally different from the town he knew. Determined to uncover the truth, he kept riding deeper on his bike. Ted noticed signs that people had once lived there. Soon, he spotted a small wooden cabin looming in the mist. He rang the doorbell, not realizing it was actually a trap. Just as he was about to hit the ground, a mechanical arm grabbed him and yanked him inside. An old man lived there, and with a foul temper, he immediately kicked Ted out. The next day, Ted decided to continue investigating, but two men blocked his way. Even the mayor, O'Hare, showed up to warn him never to leave town without permission. Ted tried to lie his way out of it, but O'Hare shut him down instantly. It turned out every inch of the town was under surveillance. The baby on the billboard, the doll on the trash can, all of them were hidden cameras. O'Hare's strange behavior only made Ted even more curious about the outside world, so he sneaked back to the old man's place again. This time, the Onceler didn't chase him away. Instead, he began to tell Ted his story. When he was young, the Onceler dreamed of discovering the bigger world. One day, he arrived at a magical forest, where fish could walk, and bears could stack on top of each other like acrobats. There weren't just strange animals, but also soft, fluffy trees. Their leaves were incredibly versatile. You could turn the material into clothes, or even use it as a cleaning cloth, since it absorbed water unbelievably well. Just as the Onceler chopped down a tree and prepared to leave with the fabric, a burst of energy shot out from the stump, and from it emerged the guardian of the forest, Lorax. Lorax scolded the Onceler for what he'd done, but the Onceler was focused only on making his new product. He confidently returned to town to sell it, but nobody paid him any attention. Frustrated, he tossed one of his scarves aside, and it happened to land right on a girl's head. That single moment made his product blow up in popularity. Success went straight to his head, and he began cutting trees non-stop. He bought massive machines and built a huge factory. The factory's waste polluted the river, and the thick black smoke made the birds lose all their feathers. When the final tree fell, the entire forest was destroyed, and the animals were forced to flee their home. Lorax left in despair, and only then did the Onceler realize how badly he had messed up, so he locked himself inside the cabin, and lived alone ever since. Now, seeing a spark of hope in Ted, he handed him the very last seed, a seed that could change the entire town. Ted made up his mind to see it through, but what he didn't know was that the mayor was secretly watching his every move.